last set of the night to the group of Death, Group G. Our last game is DOWSEY versus Magician.
Yeah, both of these players, outstanding. Magician's been in Diamond for quite some time. Just got demoted to Plat after having another tough season, a little bit outmatched. But I think honestly he could put up a decent fight against DOWSEY. DOWSEY has quite a few more games though, and honestly going first in silver with only a draw, the rest being wins, is a pretty devastating opponent to have to go up against. I honestly would give the edge to DOWSEY here, but Magician has been playing quite a bit recently. I'm curious to see if he's got any tricks in store for this up and come.
It's hard to say. Magician right now is on 1 win. DOWSEY is on 1 draw. And I think Nanvalis is on 2 losses right now. So
yeah,
it is all the way up in the air for who gets both first and second place. Magician, again, does have the extra points of the win to play with. Nopi has 1 too, so if DOWSEY can find anything and then a win against Nonetheless, that might be all it takes, but he needs at least something out of this match. Magician can still probably lose this match and get away with sneaking into the second spot, but man, this group is up in the air.
Yeah, Magician has to play Opie next afterwards too, so if you lose twice in a row to both of those, which is honestly extremely possible to just lose 2 in a row here, then you're out of groups.
All of these people are terrifying. What is this group?
That's the beauty of the Summer Cup. You get some amazing groups and some really skilled players, so let's see how it goes. Magician on Disney to start this ballroom game.
Absolutely. A big game for both players. Starting things off with Magician on the Spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Maybe tempting to early purloin there, but with Amba being safe from DOWSEY's perspective, wise for Magician to not go for that. I think even if he hit a green, that would have been deep trouble for Magician.
Yeah, off the top of the game, Magician finds himself pretty much alone in the conversation with the double agent, which is not a position you want to be in. Does fill up a little bit afterwards, but no, Magician steps away looking for the first flirt. Too many people out of conversation, and there's progress to be had for 34%.
A pretty aggro stop talk too. With our back to the sniper, that might be a bit safer to go for.
Well, Magician immediately steps into side statues afterwards, giving himself a little bit of a buffer moving into the rest of the game. Gets it done in a 1 cycle with some nice green tests as well. That's always nice to see. Briefcase right after that, too. Magician is not slowing down, although that did not have a fingerprint on it, and Magician is unhappy about it. You can tell because of all of this camera shaking.
It's always fun to spectate Magician and just watch this camera shakes. Just not paying attention there. That's gonna hurt you because now, again, you need 2 prints, but the sniper might already give you a print. So
I don't know. DOWSEY is pretty strong on sniper. I don't think he's going to forget how many people picked up the same briefcase.
Well, this is our second print. If DOWSEY thinks we had the print off that briefcase right there, so
might just.
But no highlight comes up.
Once again, it is a drink print, and those are not always easy to pick up on. But I believe DOWSEY doesn't generally use highlights for like counting missions or general suspicion. Usually he uses highlights to track things.
Yeah, from what I've known from DOWSEY. He's gone through a lot of iterations of the sniper, where it's been like highlight for side, just for inspects, highlight for just completion. I think he does that now, where it's highlight for completion and for suspicion. I'm honestly not quite sure. It's been quite some time since I've played DOWSEY, but it's quite difficult to deal with. As you can kind of see, 4 highlights right now, but I think they're all for a variety of different things, so
No
hard to really
mission
say.
completions yet, but lots and lots of progress. Side statue, now we take the highlight. There is a difficult fingerprint here, so that would be huge if we were able to hit it. Inspects are done. We do hit the fingerprint. Oh my god, 30 seconds left to play. That is enormous. We need a flirt and something else. And contact is still on the table, but the double agent isn't in conversation. 20 seconds to play. Here's the flirt coming off. That's 3 missions done. Double agent is out windows, now finally stepping back in, but he's going to bookcases, has to take the purloin instead, and DOWSEY is on top of it. The shot comes off, and DOWSEY wins game number 1. My god.
That was a very close game to start. Well played by Magician. Just had a good opportunity, probably like 2 minutes to take a BB that he thought was, it could be better, and then didn't do it, and obviously just bites him in the end.
Yeah, usually when you're in the heat of the moment, it always feels so safe to wait for a better contact. But sometimes the double agent is just not having it. And now it's DOWSEY on the spy side of things, up 1-0 against Magician's Sniper on Ballroom in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And look at this early purling. The same situation that that Magician had, but this time, yeah.
Okay,
that's what happens. Yeah.
That's what happens when you take that early purloin.
Yeah, you just have to look at the ambush positioning here, and you can just see that Magician's not going to care about them because they're completely safe. They're at the window. Nobody's going to bug them anytime soon. So that's the main thing you want to be looking at if you're trying for these early purloins. Or it has to be so early that, like on the spawn, you get the early purloin. That's really the only way this could work out.
All right, well, that's a quick one in the books. It's 1-1 coming out of the first map. Now we're stepping into Courtyard with Magician on the spy side and DOWSEY on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Early flirt position, also in conversation with the double agent, though. Flirt comes off on a green test for 51% to start off the festivities.
Yeah, and you can kind of see with DOWSEY's highlighting strategy right at the start, you can see Alice getting highlight for an early talk, and then also highlighting for early statues.
Very early contact coming off the tail end of it as well. 3 lowlights. A couple of people alone in the conversation, and DOWSEY decides not to lowlight for real. Highlights the people in that conversation instead. So we've got 4 highlights on the board, 3 lowlights.
Yeah, interesting. There was another CC that was with an SDA as well, but does not choose to highlight them. Just chooses to highlight the one small group.
84% after the second flirt. Still over 2 minutes to play, so Magician's moving pretty quickly here.
This highlight might be a bit detrimental for us. The only thing is that DOWSEY could potentially forget. That's the one positive when you highlight for Banana Bread on this map. You might think these characters have Inspect or Real B or vice versa. Magician there also wisely does not take that bug.
Yeah,
DOWSEY's angle is perfect to cover that. Even a Twitch bug would not have been effective.
Has been relatively slow going though in this. After the super fast start, he's really taken his time. 1:20 left to play. Still hasn't gone to statues, but this should be it for the flirt. Indeed, it is. Flirt is done, minute and 10 on the clock, so we're going to be a little bit under the gun coming out of the statues to find the last mission. Now finally stepping into statues for the pair of inspects. Really not going to have a lot of time coming out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, just goes for the swap, but it's a red test! Oh
Yeah.
no.
That'll get you a bullet. Yeah, DOWSEY's rotation was perfect there. He had a solid enough angle to watch any bugs, plus that swap, so was willing to rotate and sacrifice that with the waning seconds of the game. The highlight for Real BB working out.
Yeah, with that rotation that DOWSEY had, I don't think there was any getting that swap by. Even on a green test, it would have been a tough ask.
Oh, even looking back at the BB, the SDA was out for that too. So it really was just down to 4 people that had Real BB. So very nice job by DOWSEY recognizing that, even though the DA like very shortly entered a CC, realized that
Indeed.
only 4 had the Real BB. So well done. Just a weak BB by Magician.
And now we're stepping into the next one. DOWSEY on the spy side, Magician on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. DOWSEY up 2-1.
After that pretty aggro start, just gonna...
Speaking of aggro starts! 49% on the flirt immediately steps away for a bug coming across the statues. And DOWSEY may have a highlight, but has a lot of progress to work with.
Yeah, very nice bug. It's an interesting trade-off there.
And the 2 flirt as well, going off to statues. DOWSEY wants to get this done fast, man, but unfortunately those statues are all taken.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to step into them and then saw that, hey, they're both taken, so couldn't really do much about that.
Now into statues we go. Gonna be an easy pair of inspects, especially because we hit the greens. Gets it done in 1 cycle. And now stepping in for the contact. Last mission completion needed with 2 minutes left to play. This has been a very fast game. Will Magician be able to take this shot on the contact?
Yeah, the highlight was for the bug, but can you really shoot at like 2 minutes for this banana bread?
Let's find out. The contact is coming.
Banana bread.
Minute and 45. There it goes. We're getting low lights. He's not lining up. 3 seconds. No shot comes off, and DOWSEY sweeps courtyard.
Yeah, and looking back at Magician's angle, it was just really, really bad on the complete opposite side. And yeah, he had to credit DOWSEY for it, but really didn't want to credit him for it since he didn't even get to see the kind of path that DOWSEY took. So yeah, very well done by DOWSEY, and then just going really aggressive to finish up there.
Banana bread.
That was a brilliantly played game by DOWSEY. Even if you're suspicious of the bug, you caught Magician on a bad rotation and was able to get a bug away from it without Magician being able to confirm one way or another. So the best way to deal with that game is to run it out fast and don't let him be confident enough to take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Worked out beautifully. DOWSEY finds himself up 3-1, heading in to library with Magician on the spy side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. %33% flirt to open the game.
And again, you see DOWSEY's highlights coming off for early talks. So pretty scary, especially on library when you're in this sort of position to just have to be afraid of talking. not really the most fun sniper to go up against.
This is true.
Pretty
Magician decides he definitely doesn't want to be in a conversation with Smallman.
Yeah, he was pretty close to him too, was invading his space and saw that the laser was nowhere near him, so just was willing to risk the insta-bail. Although that would probably get you top suspicion. Magician didn't really want to sit there and get suspicion either way, so just decided to take a small risk, paid out for him.
Yep, worked out. Back in the conversation with the seduction target. Hits a green test as well for 84% on the flirt. No other progress, though.
Yeah, but look at this left side. This left side is completely barren right now. We might be able to get some book progress here. If we can get a blue book without being noticed, since Amba is all on the right side. Unfortunately, Toby does come over to the left, gives DOWSEY more reason to come back to the left side and check up more often.
Well, instead of getting book progress, Magician decided to get statue progress, went into side statue. Unfortunately, center statue got grabbed right afterwards, so was only able to get the one inspect out of it. But now, we're back in conversation with the seduction target, waiting for this last flirt. It comes off clean. That's one mission done with 2.5 minutes to play.
And a nice innocent drink take there by Magician.
Picking up a briefcase with nothing on it, unfortunately.
Yeah, again, we've seen this a lot from spies these days. It's just, oh, I assume the briefcase has a print on it. Tips for that, honestly, look at where the briefcase is positioned and think about whether or not the Amba could have set it down there. That's my best advice I can. Then you can have a somewhat reasonable idea of how many prints are on it left. If it's in the middle of nowhere or behind that pillar, like it was in that scenario, probably doesn't have a print.
Back into statues now to finish up the inspect. That's 2 mission completions, but only 1 minute and 40 left to play. Time is definitely starting to become a factor.
Yeah, we might just need to purloin here. After Alice takes that drink, Magician shaking his head. I think there might have been a print on it. Not unsure about.
Either way, time is really ticking down. We're coming up to the 1 minute mark with 2 missions done and no other progress. Goes for a reverse drive-by bug. Not only does it not take, but it nets Magician a highlight as well. This game just went from bad to basically impossible.
Yeah, at this point you gotta purloin, you gotta go swap.
It's a white purloin, though. It's a white purloin behind the pillar. I don't think Magician's going to survive this, although I don't think DOWSEY got a good look at the list. Big lean out gets him a look at a bit of it. But Magician is so high suspicion and so low on time now. I wouldn't be surprised if Magician takes a shot for the next thing that happens, even if it's just a talk. But now coming down under 10 seconds, DOWSEY no longer has a reason to shoot at all.
Yeah, no banana bread said this entire game, so Magician, even with the purloin off, never going to shoot. Never going to get shot even. If BB happened, I think Magician might have died, since DOWSEY would have more reason. Hey, contact purloin happened, a little more threatening. But Magician playing a okay game to sort of let down the steam at the end. Not getting any prints really hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah, just wasn't able to get enough mission progress, had to go for a desperate purloin and wasn't able to hit the green. Sometimes that's just how it goes, and that puts DOWSEY on match point. It's 4-1 as DOWSEY steps into the spy side of library in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
DOWSEY in a really good spot. Yeah, just playing super aggro with the flirts again, just going really fast. Not hitting the green flirt this time, so slowing him down just a little bit. But a lot of opportunities here. Amba going to the green shell. Purling potential right here behind the pillar. A lot of ways DOWSEY can play this game.
2 flirts done already. One of them was green. 85% is where we sit. DOWSEY is certainly not letting the timer tick by without getting some stuff done in the meantime. DOWSEY picking up a fingerprint at the green bookcase. That looked like a bookmark, but it didn't actually wind up happening. Goes for the briefcase as well for both fingerprints. Print is done now as the first mission.
Super fast and no highlight means that Magician is probably not on top of that.
Oh boy, oh boy. DOWSEY now in position to finish up this flirt and does so. 3 minutes left to play. 2 missions done, both the long ones, as well as having a green book in hand. This is a powerful start from DOWSEY.
Yeah, we can even just sit here, wait for like a minute and a half, then go put this book in blue. We have a lot of ways we can play this, or we can... Yeah, this is another choice. Since all the activity with Amba and Toby is on the left side, DOWSEY can choose to go to the right side of the map. Maybe try to get this microphone when Magician's attention's going to be placed on the left.
As well as that was just trying to get some progress done before putting the book away somewhere, but unfortunately the double agent stepped away before we were able to get the contact off. So now DOWSEY's just killing a little bit of time. Oh no! That was on camera! That was on camera! The shot comes off and Magician stays alive!
Yeah, you could tell DOWSEY there really wanted the green BB into immediate book slam setup. He's positioned himself on the edge of the CC. He just wants to slam BB, slam the book in, enter right back in, and hey, I was here the whole time, right? Nothing I did that could be suspicious. But unfortunately, when he hit the white and accidentally aborted it, like probably a fraction before the BB was about to take.
And it was like right smack in the middle of the screen, too. Didn't get the rotation he was expecting. Like, everything that could have went wrong went wrong. So, current scoreline. DOWSEY 4, Magician 2. Magician can still salvage a draw out of this, and my god, if that happens, I don't know what the hell is going on in this group anymore. But DOWSEY, with 2 games to play on High Rise 3 of 5, has a chance to bring some sort of clarity to this group, starting on the sniper side in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Actually, come to think of it, DOWSEY winning this game against Magician makes things just as chaotic as they were before, so forget all of that.
This group's always going to be chaotic. All these players are extremely skilled.
You're not wrong. Magician, as Smallman opens things up with 51% on the flirt.
Nice little subtlety by Magician here, but picks the outside of the CC. This is pretty important actually on this map, because that little distance, like for example, if General was Magician's seduction target, that little outside of the CC would make a big difference. So Magician wisely picks an outside spot in the CC. Makes it look much less suspicious that he could be flirting with anybody else besides maybe Seek or Leopard.
This is very true.
So far, nothing happening. Honestly, DOWSEY might read that the real double agent is White Dress after that. That conversation was so full.
Yeah. Well, it's a slow map, a map where you can definitely take your time. Second flirt has come off for 85%, and the seduction target bails right afterwards, but I think you're right. With that many people in with a suspected double agent and no contact comes off, that's telling. Magician now stepping into the blue bookcases as something to do for a moment.
Your ST's at windows. You might as well just sit here, idle, look obvious that you're not flirting.
And get us a good position when we go back in for the last flirt. That's going to be the seduce done with 1:45 to play, and the double agent was so kind as to join us as well. Unfortunately, other than that, this is a very empty conversation.
Actually, not too bad. Just queen in general out. Magician doesn't know queen is not a suspect.
But if you have white dress as the real double agent, this could wind up being a problem. The contact does indeed come off. 2 low lights come off with it.
Now Magician, honestly, in a really good spot here. The question is, what's the last mission? Prints are really plentiful on high rise, but with a minute left, I'm not sure you can scrape that in. Maybe you wait for a last minute bug.
What's the last mission? Always seems to be the question in SpyParty. Stepping out of the conversation now, lining up for a possible behind the back bug if we can get a little bit of cover for it.
We get highlight for that, though. I'm not sure if we broke etiquette on the way up. We might have broken an idol trying to do that.
Could have been. We're getting some wiggles for Magician, so I think he knows something's wrong.
Yeah, he did break his sip right there, but no shot immediately from DOWSEY, which is comforting.
20 seconds. I don't think we're finishing. I think we're just going to try to see if we can get DOWSEY to shoot, but unfortunately, we're his target. Here we go. Desperation bug. There it is. The shot comes off, and DOWSEY secures the win in the set with 1 game to play.
The main issue there was just that nobody did statues, and I don't think anybody had prints. Like, the max prints people had were just 1, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't really see much else. There's just 1 statue goer, and it was Queen, and then eventually got Lola. So not really much to be done there for Magician. Just when Inspect doesn't turn out for you, really tough to get a wrong shot to go off.
Yeah, a couple of etiquette breaks made DOWSEY very suspicious of him, and just the rest of the party wasn't being kind enough to take that suspicion elsewhere. DOWSEY! 5-2 is the scoreline, and now he's in the spy side of high rise to finish off the night in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
At every point you take here, even though you've got the win, you tied with Opie, so if Opie also beats Magician, you need to make sure you beat Magician by a wider margin than he does. So making
true.
the 6-2 versus 5-3 is really big. This win is huge.
First flirt comes off for 39% on a bit of a distance on a green flirt.
Yeah, this is probably the most standard meta flirt for this map. You pick a spot where you get about maybe 20% flirt on a white test, and hey, if you hit the green, then you might even be able to 3 for it later. So,
well, we shall see. 3 flirt is definitely on the table with 39 on the first one.
And ST bailing gives us a chance. If ST comes back to us, we will leave getting even better flirt. So, gonna wait for that opportunity to happen. Unfortunately, ST likes to make themselves more suspicious by getting a briefcase.
This is a very good bugging position, but there is absolutely no cover to play with. So we just have to let it go.
Yeah, maybe that you could do a standing bug just in the sniper's face and hope, but because it's so bad it's good, maybe it'll work. But honestly, on high rise, you might just be better off waiting for characters to finish themselves, like Blink Twin here, center statue.
An angle like that, like even if you're not looking, that's gonna get caught out of the corner of your eye most times.
Yeah, Blink Twin 2 cycling center statue is gonna make him a top suspect.
Second flirt comes off, another green, this one a little bit closer even, to 89% is where we stand, so lots and lots of flirt progress. One more will do it from literally anywhere. But nothing else to speak of so far with under a minute and a half to play.
Yeah, we're in a good spot to reverse book, but that's about it since our left arm is going to be perfectly blocked by Oprah. That's about it, though. I don't see any other way we can get done, maybe besides like this inspect that the AMBA has. It's printable. But yeah,
It's not
DA
going to
is
be
not going to get
easy.
in either, so this is going to be really difficult to finish. We need this BB.
Yeah, there's the flirt done, but the party is not being kind. Double Agent is doing briefcase, for God's sake. Now there's some room for him, at least. Finally, the Double Agent decides to drop by.
Fortunately, he does drop in, but the issue is that the character we most want in, Blink Twin, is not here. He's at a bookshelf reading. We need him to come in so we can BB.
Attempted reverse drive-by bug, but nothing comes of it. The bastard took too wide a path. We have to just take the contact, and it's luckily we do, because the Double Agent was stepping away just then. 15 seconds. No talk coming out of Oprah. DOWSEY goes to bookcase? Oh! Oh, the ambassador comes as well! The reverse drive-by bug just barely doesn't take. It was pixels off, and Magician is able to finish off with a 3-5 scoreline because he didn't take a shot.
Very nice there. Yeah, DOWSEY sadly just could not get the DA to line up this game. Usually you get pretty good opportunities on high rise, and like honestly, none of them were just that great. So didn't really ever want to risk it that much. And then when he really wanted twin in with 2 inspects, the twin was like, "No, I'm just gonna go to windows, go to bookshelves, then back to statue." Just made things rough for DOWSEY.
So after that, DOWSEY and Opie Wrights are both on a win and a draw. Magician is on a win and a loss, and Nandalis is on 2 losses. This next week is going to be insane on Group G because we know nothing.
Yeah, looking at the group, I think Opie is the favorite between him and Nanthalis. I mean, Nanthalis, I honestly could steal a win, and then that would put DOWSEY, I believe, in clear first if he can beat. Well, wait.
Here's
So
the
DOWSEY.
Literally every prediction you made comes with a huge if at the end of it.
Yeah, it's like, well, DOWSEY has to beat Nanthalis. Magician has to beat Opie. Like, oh, wow, this is crazy. I think
right?
Magician has to beat Opie Wrights in order to make it into the next stage.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing we know. Magician now has to win on the next game, I think.
Yeah, I don't
know.
think a tie
I'm
is
not
gonna
good
be
at
enough.
this.
If he does, because Opie Wrights will have win tie, and Magician would just have win loss tie. But DOWSEY.
Well, I
would have.
guess if Magician ties and one of the others loses, then it can go to tie breaks, right?
It's possible. I don't know the exact score, so it might even come down to like one of these singular games, which would be even crazier.
Oh my god, next week is going to be nuts for Group G. I can't wait to see it, but that's going to be all for us for today. Huge thanks to everybody who came out to watch, and huge thanks to both Yeesh, who casted with me, and Dells on the camera. This game is SpyParty. It is a very good game. I highly recommend you get it. You can do so either on Steam or at SpyParty.com. If you get it on SpyParty.com, you get the Steam code anyways. So take your pick. The SpyParty Summer Cup gets casted at this time slot 6 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, and I believe 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays, as well as all sorts of other casts going on throughout the week at twitch.tv/SpyPartyFans, and occasionally people's personal Twitch channels as well. I believe that's all for us, unless there's anything you want to add.
Get this game. This game is amazing.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks again for everybody who came out to watch. It has been a blast. And I hope to see you next week.